Hey everyone, this is RJ. You actually can't see me because I'm not going to be seen on this video. I just wanted to give a quick little video about some food that I'm making that is pretty healthy, and it's I wish I had smell-o-vision or something because it smells fantastic. But this is actually my own creation. I just came up with it. But let me take the lid off here so you can see. Steam. So anyway, this is, oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, so I had bought a head of cabbage because I made this vegetable soup last weekend and used it for my lunches for work during the week. And I used only about little less than a quarter of a whole head of cabbage, so I needed to do something else with the cabbage, so I didn't want it to go bad. So I chopped it up into pretty decent size pieces, not too small, but not huge pieces either. And then I added with that some diced onions, some diced bell peppers, and some yellow squash cut into just round pieces. And then I added to that some olive oil, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and some different seasonings. And you could use whatever seasonings you want. I like garlic, so I use some garlic powder, onion powder, a little chili powder, just to give it a little kick but not be too spicy. What else did I use? A little bit of, I try to cook salt-free, so I used a little bit of salt-free Mrs. Dash table blend, I think. I used some Italian, just dry flakes, Italian seasoning, and I think a little bit of black pepper. And then I let the vegetables cook a little bit until they were kind of soft, but not all the way cooked. And they were kind of starting to bubble a little bit. And then I added, and I'm going to try to get close here so you can see it. I'll try to point to it right here. This is a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. There's another piece right there. And it's kind of shoved down into the mixture. What I did was I put the same seasonings with some olive oil, just kind of rubbed some olive oil on the chicken thighs and rubbed in all the same seasonings on the chicken thighs as well. And after the vegetables had cooked down a little bit, I kind of shoved the chicken thighs down into the mixture and put some of the hot veggies on top of them, and then just left it on medium. And I'm going to leave it on medium for probably, because chicken thighs do take a little bit longer to cook, so I'm going to leave it on medium for probably another 10 minutes or so. And then after that, I'm going to reduce it down to a simmer, and I've kept the lid on it the entire time as well to hold the moisture in. So I'm going to put the lid back on it, but I just wanted you to see how good it looks. Oh my gosh, it smells so fantastic. So I'm going to let it cook covered over on medium for another 10 minutes or so, and then once that is done, I'm going to, like I said, reduce it down to a simmer, keep it covered, let it simmer for probably 20 or 30 minutes just to make sure those chicken thighs get fully cooked, because you don't want to get any kind of salmonella or anything. You want to make sure your protein is always thoroughly cooked, especially with chicken. And so once that is done, I will come with another either photo or video of the end result. And right now it's got the cabbage and the yellow squash, the green bell peppers, onions, and the chicken thighs and all the seasonings and everything, but it's kind of lacking in color, so I'm going to do a pop of color. I'm either going to do some green parsley flakes on the top, or I might do some celery leaves. If you've ever bought like a celery from the grocery store, they have those little leaves that are growing on the end. Those leaves are actually really good, and they have a natural salty bitter kind of a taste to them, which really kind of gives a punch to your food. And if you're someone like me who doesn't cook with a lot of salt, celery leaves are an awesome substitute for salt. And so I might put some of those on the top. of the finished product. Oh, look at the steam. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But anyway, it smells fantastic. It's kind of got a little bit of a citrusy smell because of the apple cider vinegar. And then obviously all the different spices, the onions and everything, the cabbage. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So I've never made this before. This was just some stuff that I had left over that I needed to use. And I had bought some boneless, skinless chicken thighs today at the grocery store. And I wanted to cook those up. So this is probably going to be dinner for a few days. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. But like I said, I'll come back on. Probably I'll post a photo up on Facebook of the finished product, but I just wanted to show you, like, I love these dishes that you can just cook all in one pot. I'm a big fan of that. I'm also cooking, I'm gonna kind of hide my mess, but I'm cooking in here. This is a pressure cooker that my mom and dad bought for me. I think it was for my birthday this year. They bought this for me, and right now I'm cooking on the slow cooker setting. So this thing is awesome because it can do the real quick pressure cooking, but it also, if you look at it, it has all these different kinds of settings. Right now I'm on the slow cook setting, but you've got like all these different settings. You've got, you know, pressure, if you're cooking chicken, if you're trying to steam vegetables, all these different things. So right now I have it on the slow cooker setting, and in there I've got a homemade chicken soup. I've got organic chicken broth, water, sliced mushrooms, onions, bell peppers, a little bit of the cabbage also. What other vegetable did I put in there? Oh, I did put some celery leaves in there to make it flavorful. And use some of the same spices, but a couple different spices here and there. And a little bit of oil, olive oil. And then I seared some chicken breast tenderloins. I seared them off in some of the same spices on both sides. I seared them in the pan, and then I chopped them up and added it to it. And then now it's just cooking. It should be done in about an hour and a half. And that's what I'm going to eat for lunch at work all week. Cover my mess. And then this is going to be for dinner this evening, and probably dinner for a few more days, more than likely. And like I said, it's all vegetables, and the meat is a chicken. It's pretty healthy. Chicken thighs are a little less healthy than the chicken breast, but it's still better than some other meats you can have. Like if you eat too much red meat, or pork isn't really all that great for you. So anyway, I'm going to give it another steamy demonstration. I'm blowing on it a little, try to get the steam out of the way so you can see it. Oh my gosh. It looks and smells so good. You can see the squash and the onions and the cabbage, and the chicken's getting real cooked. I gotta kind of stir the chicken around, get it moved around, make sure it gets cooked thoroughly. And then, like I said, probably another, 6-7 minutes on medium, then reduce to a simmer, and let that simmer for probably another 20 minutes, or until the chicken is fully cooked. And then I will post up either a video or a photo on Facebook of the finished product. So once again, the ingredients and what I'm making here, I don't know what I'm going to call it. Maybe Rachel's chicken, RJ's chicken cabbage surprise or something like that. I don't know. But again, it's diced, not too small diced, but maybe chunked is a better word. Chunks of the... I'm getting too much steam. Chunks of the cabbage, diced onion, diced green bell pepper, sliced squash, yellow squash, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, Mrs. Dash table blend seasoning, some dry flakes Italian seasoning, and then the last ingredient I added in was my boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which I rubbed with olive oil and all those same seasonings, and I shoved it down in the veggies and covered the veggies on top of it. And I put the chicken in there raw, so that's why I gotta let it cook for a long time to make sure that it's any potential for salmonella or anything is cooked out. And again, it's a one-pot meal. I love those. They're quick, they're easy. You just throw all your ingredients into a pan, put a top on it and let it cook. So anyway, just want to show you how easy it is to cook delicious, healthy food. Until next time, this has been RJ with Real Talk with RJ, Cooking Edition. Later.